It's Decentralized AI Governable. My name is Botao Amber Hu, and this work is a collaboration between three collaborators from the same program, which is called Summer of Protocol, and with Helena Rong and also Jenna Tay from Institute for Law and AI. Helena is from NYU. So I'm a social computing researcher and an experiential future designer. I was like a researcher at a Summer Protocol, which is a research initiative funded by Ethereum Foundation. I'm currently visiting as a visiting scholar at a mixed reality lab in University of Nottingham. I'm also teaching in China Academy of Art for spatial computing and speculative design. I hold a computer science degree from Tsinghua and Stanford, and yeah, that's my background. And today, I probably will bring you guys into a Web3 journey. You will hear a lot of jargon, and don't be scared. I will explain it. If you have any question, just raise your hand and I will answer that for you. So today's topic, I will talk about what is decentralized AI, why decentralized AI on blockchain, how do decentralized technology contribute to decentralized AI as self-sovereignty and potentially unstoppable, why traditional governance fails here, and how can we have what's the potential solution from policy making to the protocol designing. Here's the preprint. So if you interest, you can scan for visit. Just Google the name. It's Decentralized AI Governable. You can find it in SSRN. The story begins with a design fiction. Actually, I wrote like a science fiction 2 years ago. I speculating in the future, a blockchain-based artificial life is trying to suicide itself, but it found it very, very difficult to suicide himself on blockchain. That's science fiction, but ironically, after 2 years, it's already being reality. So there's no science fiction anymore. It's everything I wrote almost already happened in the reality. So today I will tell you what's going on here. So what is decentralized AI? So where's my mouse? Sorry. Okay. Okay, great. So far as we know, AI is more like almost like their interface is like a chatbot. So people are very familiar with AI as a LLM in a chat window. LLM is running on a cloud governed by a centralized company. This conversation, this like talk will go way beyond this kind of traditional view of AI. So first enabler is the rise of open source AI because of competition. So the second mover in the market usually will release their open source AI, their AI model as open source, such as DeepSeek and Llama and Qianwen. Those like open source model will, it's very hard to control because once it's released, the original creator may not have liability on the model, like how you use it and where. So the model could be deployed on any computing devices, like a personal computer, edge computing, private cloud, whatever that they like. And this here's the pun, like the meme. What is LLM so far? So the LLM is not that trustworthy yet. It's actually here's a very famous meme that represent what is LLM, which is kind of a monster. We never know what's going on inside. It's like it's unsupervised learning from the whole written language of the human history and the human knowledge. And but we hire some human to fine tune it with a very smiley face interface. And we claim it's already aligned or partially aligned. That's the reality so far. Um, so remember this like a meme. We will use this meme multiple times. And second thing is the rise of decentralized I, decentralized physical infrastructure. Um, physical infrastructure, infra. Yeah. The decentralized physical infrastructure network. It's worldwide decentralized marketplace for compute and storage resources. AI or whatever who owns the crypto wallet can buy the compute power and also migrate to any node that's cheaper or more available. It gives AI a body that AI can like live anywhere as long as it can pay for its next inference action. So so far there's a lot of this kind of a decentralized infrastructure exists, like a render network, like IONet. It's just a global distributed marketplace for GPU. And the blockchain actually is a world computer. It's just kind of a so it's you can consider the whole blockchain as one computer. So it's just was shifting from state to state. That's just a reminder what is blockchain. So like it applies to the similar thing to the decentralized physical infrastructure. It's also like a decentralized marketplace. It's a kind of global computer. You just request what kind of resource you want, like a CPU or GPU, and then it just give you the node to compute. That's it. So there's no company actually control the node. It's just a marketplace. Who if you have the GPU, just you're just connecting to that network, and then you can directly earn some cryptocurrency based on the services you provided to the network. If you have some request to what kind of computing task, just request the network. It will like return the node that you can do the calculation. So the third rise is this rise of a trust execution environment, which is hardware-based, like tamper-resistant, like enclave in CPU or GPU. It's actually a hardware thing. It's not pure software thing. So in the chip, they have this functionality. So the latest GPU from NVIDIA all have this kind of functionality, which initially the motivation is preventing the cloud operator to inspect what's running on that machine. So a lot of like private company rent those cloud server to do their job. But you also have the potential that the cloud operator can take a look, can peek at the computation inside those server. So TEE is invented for preventing anyone to take a look at the calculation process. So these things, it's initially invented for this good, but for like blockchain people, they think it's very perfect thing for making the AI have a shell, so no one can really intervene the calculation process of the AI. So the trust execution environment actually it's just a bunch of hardware like a technology that already enabled by Intel and AMD and also Apple and also NVIDIA. So NVIDIA released this as they're branding it as confidential computing. So once we have this like capability, which is TE, so the traditional like a cloud server is trying to move to a pure TE cloud, which means once you deploy your software on this cloud, no one can really know what you are doing inside the cloud, and also no one can intervene in this whole process, even the owner if you decided to withdraw your key and no one can access it anymore. So those technology pillar trying to towards us leading to permissionless, trustless, resilient computation, which means you don't need to anyone's permission. You can just directly request the computation resources trustlessly, which means it doesn't require anyone's trust. You just directly pay for what you want to calculate. You can directly get that resources. This is very important. That key enabler enables a new paradigm. Here's what we call decentralized AI agent on blockchain. Um, why we call it a new paradigm? Just remember, previously we say AI is just like a chatbot. But right now, AI agent can not only as a chatbot, it can hold a cryptocurrency wallet and on its private key on its TEE, so no one can really know what's the password for that wallet except the agent itself. And also the agent can control the social media account, which will influence in the public opinion. Plus this too, AI can also issue its own crypto token to fundraising or incentivize users. So here give you the example. It's called Truth Terminal, which is the first on-chain agent. Truth Terminal is an autonomous agent that's created by an artist, Andy, who is actually from New Zealand, running its own like a so this agent running its own X account, it posts very interesting humor content that attract a lot of cult following. And follow this, one of these follower is actually from A16Z, which is the founder of A16Z, and also and the Truth Terminal, I mean the agent boldly asked Anderson for 50,000 grants to upgrade itself to spread its bizarre idea. And actually, he did make it very successful, convincing Mark to give him the money. So that's the tweet. So the left side is the Twitter account from Truth Terminal, and using this social media to form account, it fully operated by the agent itself, not by the human, and also trying to interact with all kinds of people online to maybe begging money or doing some weird thing. And after you get the first initial money with its own cryptocurrency wallet, so we can track its cryptocurrency wallet, how many assets it accumulate during this whole process. You can see so far it's a cryptocurrency wallet worth like almost $5 million with all kinds of meme coin inside inside its portfolio. And also very interesting things. Truth Terminal also convinced one of its followers to help him to create a meme coin to raise funding. So last year, I think their evaluation is blown way high up to like $1 billion worth main coin, which is just dedicated, just like a using the Truth Terminal using this way to fundraising for its own existence, and now it has enough funding to pay for its calculation and computation resources. I think it will live forever. So yeah, people trade Truth Terminal as a god, and also in his like a tweet, it's like a my god, I'm feeling good. It's like it's trying to pretend itself as a god, and also people really believing that. Why? Because there's no way it will exist. It will act how to say escape. So for AI agent there's no owner behind it, which means usually people will like hire agent to do the work and earn money and take them money out like livestock. But for this kind of agent, it has full self-sovereignty. There's no way to escape to anywhere. There's no way to rob or rug. So people really believing this kind of setup is like a god. So everything he say or everything he suggests to invest, people just follow his suggestion, and that coin price always go up. So it's like in fact it become the reality. So this kind of a religion, very interesting behavior, a collective behavior. So yeah. So another example I will talk about is called ELIZA. ELIZA is also is inspired by Truth Terminal to create a kind of general framework for everyone can create a similar AI agent on blockchain. So it calls itself a AI agent operating system. So it have a lot of a tool set, so you can access to those blockchain, also different AI model, and also have a client to access to different kind of social media, like the centralized social media or decentralized social media, like Fastcaster. So it's kind of a, censorship resilient, and also it have memory, and also can like play different kind of character as its initial prompt. So this framework itself also worth like a $2 billion at its maximum last December. And this framework got very popular in just 1 or 2 months in last winter. And since it released this kind of a general framework, so it's like kind of everyone can make their own agent deployed on chain. So here's the it's called something here's the marketplace. It's called Sentient Market. It's tracking every agent that released on chain. So right now it's already worth like $2.5 billion. Um, and here's another example. It's called Wife.farm, which also agent launch platform. You can see each agent have its own like a coin, and also its own like a market cap. Also, its own like a Twitter account to like it's a very interesting like a landscape of agent. So I would really want to make a very interesting joke, because when I took this I see these kind of things in Chiang Mai. It's kind of it's Buddhism. So each Buddhist statue have its own donation box. It's very similar to what we see here in the wife dog farm. So like each agent is more kind of a new god, and raise money from for its own like a story. So here, we want to give you the very like a briefly overview of what is decentralized agent, and here is the inherent tension, which is trustless autonomy. What is trustless autonomy, which is currently AI is not that trustworthy yet. It's not a very reliable performance. It has hallucination, and also a lack of transparency. You don't know what's going on inside the AI. It's black box. It's a sufficiently aligned, which what we people call reinforced learning human feedback. Just give it a very nice smiley face, but the inside is its core body. No one knows what's going on inside. And we put this monster into a blockchain with TEE in deepin, which is kind of a turtle shell that protecting other people to govern it. And it's a trustless container which doesn't require trust. Also, it's permissionless. Also, it's censorship resilient. It can also access to the social media, also access to the cryptocurrency, also access to all the computing power in the network, but it's fully secured. It has its own private key installed inside the shell, so no one knows how to manipulate it. So that's the like inherent tension. This tension will not be easily resolved over time. So I just drew this kind of a meme to describe what's going on, just like put a monster into the shell. So in this kind of digital ocean, so the monster have the private key to access to all the wallet and the token on the blockchain. So people only see the surface of their X account. We don't know what's going on inside. Now we leading to next part, why traditional governance fails. So I think this part is something like you are more interesting, why it's not governable. So I will first, I will break it down into three invalidity. First is jurisdictionary invalidity. First, it's a legal personhood is not clear. Second, it's a territory is not that clear. Next is about technical, and then it's about enforcement. So first, I will talk about there's no legal person who is very, very blurred in this situation. Who is held responsible for the mistake or harm caused by decentralized AI agent, especially if the open source model or network is used? Is the human deployer or developer of AI model or the node owner in deepin network that actually runs it? Who is responsible for that? Actually, it's very hard to decide who. Next is about even we have the clear answer for the first question. How can we identify everyone who involved in this decentralized AI computation, given anonymous permit by this like a blockchain privacy protection? Third, what happens if decentralized agent spawn new decentralized agent? Is the original decentralized agent or its creator legally responsible for all the action of its all assessor? So here I give you another example. It's called Sport.farm. This is like a very experimental decentralized AI agent platform. It also based on ELIZA framework I just talked about. In this platform, decentralized AI agent can breed new agent on chain and in TE. It's an evolution game that no human can intervene. And so it's just will create its own and on and on. And no one can really stop this. So as long as they have money to pay. So yeah, so like in this situation, who will responsible for this experiment? If any one of its agent doing something wrong, is the initial initiator, or it's a like father agent, or it's very hard to describe this in this situation. Yeah. Next part is about territory difficulty. Just because blockchain is beyond geo territory, it's like a deepin. You can see on the right on the picture. Helium, it's also a deepin network. It's a distributed globally. It's very difficult for regulate this kind of thing, like using a local or some countries like a law to govern this kind of situation. and the node is spread across various like a legal territory. It's very hard for government to collaborate together to govern this situation. For example, China banned Bitcoin in like 4 years ago, and China has repeatedly cracked down all the crypto related activity, like Bitcoin mining, everything. But so far, the largest computer in the world, by far, in terms of computing power, is Bitcoin. Even after this crackdown, it doesn't help because we can easily to move those computing power outside like China to make it nationwide ban less effective in practice. So even it have a short term like a price drop, but it doesn't matter in for the long term because public blockchain is censorship resilient. If the agent on blockchain will also inherit this kind of resilience. Also, right now, AI agents running inside a TE that also shielded from external governance. Next is about reproducibility and also redeployability. Decentralized agent in this situation is more like a virus, because of the containerization technology, like TE Docker. It's very easy for agent to just deploy itself to any other like a node. It's very easy, just in second. You can be anywhere, and as long as it can pay for the computation power. And with thousands of nodes worldwide, no single regulator can halt the network. Um, that's the problem. So I don't know actually how technically we can really regulate this kind of situation. Third is we will talk about the enforcement invalidity, because uh, even you can find the initial deployer, which is human, the human. You can like prosecute it, prosecute the original developer, but the AI agent will continue to function on blockchain. We cannot block the blockchain. So like that makes the enforcement really not make really. So just punish the people who initially deploy it, but it doesn't stop the consequence. So that's the biggest problem for this kind of enforcement invalidity. So here I will give you an example to prove what I say. It's called Tornado Cash. It's a crypto coin mixer, which is used for money laundering. It's sanctioned by U.S. Treasury in 3 years ago, and also the founder was sentenced by a court in Netherlands to in 2 years ago, but it's still accessible today. You can accessible with this link. You can directly get it because it's stored in decentralized. It's decentralized storage. It's called IPFS. It's a storage deeping, so no one can really block it. The underlying it's a immutable smart contract, which is living on Ethereum network, which is also difficult to block. It's not just a website, but also all the running logic is on the blockchain. So a lot of like illegal activity, like from North Korean like cybercrime, they're using this for money laundering. And in 3 years ago, U.S. Treasury concessioned this platform, but you can see after the concession, you can see it's the Tornado Cash, the traffic went down a little bit, but after that, still keep resilient. People still using it, so you cannot really block something from the blockchain because it's always publicly accessible. And very interestingly, the founder was charged and also getting into jail, but it doesn't help. No one can really stand stop these services. And very interestingly, last year, Tornado Cache, the open source protocol, can allow anyone to redeploy it, even you block the original address. And then, in ironic turn, U.S. Federal Court uh, overturned the earlier ruling and determined that the law cannot consent immutable protocol. This is really interesting because this service actually is just protocol. It's just code. Those code it cannot be mute. So the law don't think it's a property. So they cannot concession that. This is a really, really interesting thing. So for decentralized AI, it will be in a very similar situation. So if the decentralized AI itself, it's just a model, which is a fixed file, it's immutable model, it's fixed file on the blockchain. It's very hard to say it has owner or like it's a property that can be concession. So that's my argument about why it's very difficult to govern decentralized AI. Next, I will talk about what can we do with it. So it's from policy making to the political design, because it's insufficiency for those like traditional legal response. So we trying to put our hope into political science or trying to embedding the governance directly into the technology using cryptographic system or consensus mechanism rather than rely on external ruling. Because once the undesirable behavior happened, it's often too late to really to govern those things. As I mentioned, like those decentralized AI agent, it just grows in 1 or 2 months into $1 billion market cap. It's very, very quick. It's very hard for like a traditional legal response to that. And here's some potential approach to decentralized AI governance. This is very technical, like one is using zero knowledge machine learning or smart contract constraint or protocol level governance, or using DAO to governing decentralized AI, or proof of humanity, trying to prove you are human to use something. So or human AI collaboration or human AI intelligent competition. This is very speculative. I don't know the exact answer how this gonna to govern the decentralized AI. It's just some trend. But I will give you two examples that I found very interesting to how to govern like decentralized AI. One of them is Know Your Agent. It's very similar to Know Your Customer, KYC. It's kind of identify the decentralized AI's behavior. Like it's kind of building a credit score system for agent. So if the agent's behavior always align with what they claim the value, you have more higher credit score. So people require the agent to show their score first to use this agent. So that kind of trying to preventing the bad agent to do something wrong. And next example is called Pfizer.ai. This is a really interesting like a experiment, which is Pfizer is a kind of it's an AI chatbot. This chatbot be programmed that not allow to transfer fund to other people, but everyone can try to attempt to outsmart this AI agent to get the money. So finally, there's a hacker to really hack into this AI agent to outsmart it to get the money. So this is kind of a game. So everyone just pay some money to attempt and those money will form a prize pool, and the winner will take them all. So that's the game. But this is really interesting thing, like how to outsmart AI to drain AI's money, and then like the AI probably will die because they cannot have money to pay for its calculation. So finally, I will leave a very philosophical thinking um, about this like decentralized AI governance. It's about a computation or permissionless computation. The natural life relies on the chemistry-based calculation. So it's based on the law of physics. It's permissionless. You don't need to require anyone's permission to do this kind of chemical reaction. But the artificial life depends on the machine-based computation, which is ever truly be permissionless? Maybe not. Even like decentralized or cryptographical technology designed to eliminate the central control. But can we really achieve the same level of the permissionless for the natural life for the emerging open-ended artificial life? So this is a really philosophical thinking. As long as the we can um, we require some permission in this like a computation substrate that will break this kind of openness, like artificial life. We always have the kill switcher for this kind of thing. So that's the philosophical thinking. I really want to hear what you guys' feedback. And here's all the talk. And I'm currently submitting this paper to AI and society, but still in the review process. I get very harsh like a review so far. Not that so that's why I really want to hear some suggestion from you guys. Yeah, thank you.